Throughout this week, my theme is going to be becoming more like Jesus. And we're going to look at some different aspects of Jesus' character, his nature, how he looks at and regards and treats people. And I want to start actually with a passage from the book of Psalms about the nature and character of God first. And that's Psalm 145. And I encourage you to read the whole psalm. It's really a wonderful psalm of praise, and I think you'll find it moving and inspiring. And in verses 8 and 9, and this is in the New International Version, it says, "The Lord is gracious and compassionate, slow to anger, and rich in love. The Lord is good to all. He has compassion on all he has made." Well, in these verses, you hear the repetition of that key word, compassion. The Lord is gracious and compassionate. The Lord has compassion on all he has made. And what does the word compassion mean? It means to feel with. It's to feel tenderly, to care for. And this is such an important point to understand about the nature of God. Some people have such a vengeful, angry, judgmental image of God, and that image of God is not healthy or helpful for them. And it's certainly, how do you draw people to a God who is angry, vengeful, and judgmental? Psalm 145 affirms that the character of God not only is God is slow to anger, like God is gracious and has compassion on all that he has made. So how does this impact you and me? First of all, have you ever had the experience of, sadly perhaps, having a relationship where you are always afraid or scared of how someone was going to act or respond, and if that person snapped at you or got angry easily, or you're afraid if you said the wrong thing or did the wrong thing that there'd be an explosion of temper or a silence of seething resentment or bitterness? That's a really tough situation to be in a family, in a work environment, wherever we are. And, sometimes people think about God as this distant, at an arm's length kind of being. And that's not what the Bible presents. The Bible presents a God who is gracious, compassionate, slow to anger, abounding in steadfast love. And I like to think of it this way. If you had a child and that child came to you and said, "I'm going to do whatever you tell me to do. Whatever you ask of me, I'm going to obey it. However you guide me, I'm going to follow it." Now, if you had a child and that child came to you and said that, would you abuse that child? Would you take advantage of their statement of, "I'm going to do and say and obey you no matter what you do"? Of course you wouldn't. If you're a healthy person, you're going to take advantage of that and say, "I'm going to do everything in my power to help structure your life for contentment and joy and success, and I'm going to do everything I can to take care of you and provide for you." Wouldn't you do that if you were a parent? Of course you would. Well, what makes you think that you, as a flawed human being, who that's how you would act, would do more than the God of the universe would do for God's children who say, "I will live under your compassion and trust you to guide me today and every day"? God can be trusted to do even more for you than you would do for your own child, because the Lord has compassion on all he has made.